Welcome back to CityLine. I am chatting away already and actually giggling with my last guest here on the comfy couch. You know how much I love Tacoma Rescue Mission. Well, allow me to introduce you to a phenomenal individual of their team, Mr. Darren Miller. He is the Director of Social Enterprise and Church Engagement for Tacoma Rescue Mission. Welcome, my dear.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Super excited.
It's great to have you here. Tacoma Rescue Mission, we were just talking, they play a huge role in our community. And if people don't know, there are some new services that have come up, but share with us the services that you provide so we can get an idea of going, oh, that's you, and wow, that is you also.
Yeah, I'd love to. So really we kind of break down into three categories: relief, recovery, and development. And so under our relief, I mean, a lot of people, when they think of the Tacoma Rescue Mission, might think, well, emergency shelter, emergency food, and that's really under the relief. Is like there are services for emergency shelter, but our goal and our heart is not just to do relief. We're looking for long-term, sustainable approaches that'll help people make a transition. So relief is, we have outreach teams, we have search and rescue that go out and connect with people that maybe don't feel comfortable or ready to come to one of the emergency shelters. And so we're going out to where they're at and really starting to connect and provide them opportunity and invitation to come to emergency shelter. And then under our recovery, really there's a setup kind of in that transition from some of the emergency services into maybe there's help that's needed in addiction recovery. And so we have programs for men and women. We have veterans programs that specifically reach out to those who have served, and that's a part of helping them into transitional housing that can take a step towards more long-term solution. And then our development is where we really want to continue to grow, is like, how can we provide youth services and child services? How can we provide career development, job opportunities, education opportunities in order to help people really sustain being out of or off the streets or dealing with homelessness?
Yeah. Tacoma Rescue Mission is an unsung silent hero in our community. And I say that because I see the work that you do out there. I also have asked and received help. I don't know anybody who lives in Tacoma, and I hope I don't know anybody who lives in Tacoma who doesn't look around at the unhoused situation and say, how can I step in and be a part of this solution? And the Tacoma Rescue Mission has the services you've just talked about. I've used those services when I've seen unhoused people who need help. Called up Tacoma Rescue Mission, and they send out a team in the daytime to start building that relationship. So eventually that person can transition into a shelter. It does take time, and then into a home, and then giving back to their community. And part of that is that you have this wonderful facility that when people get there, I think oftentimes they're shocked at how amazing it is. And I'm talking about that kitchen and that kitchen remodel and the food that comes out of that kitchen. So we know that there was a kitchen remodel that was happening. So give us an update.
Yeah.
Is it done? Are we close? And when can we see it?
It is done. It actually opened on July 11th, reopened. So it was down for about 7 weeks total. And yeah, it's open. So 800 meals a day, 365 days a year are back in operation. It's phenomenal. New refrigeration and freezer, but space. When I talk to the kitchen staff, they're so excited to have so much space for volunteers, for the preparation and all that happens in making those meals happen every day. So super excited. I'm sure you can come by and tour and see the new area. But really nice, and we're really excited.
800 meals a day. That's mind-boggling. And it's mind-boggling that you had to also adjust when that kitchen could not be used, because that desire and that hunger for that food doesn't go away just because the stove isn't working. Right.
Yeah. So that, I mean, the amazing part, like we are a part of the community. This is our community too. And we had individuals, churches, organizations, businesses, just individuals that wanted to make a difference, restaurants that joined in. And so for that 7 weeks, over $700,000 worth of donations, activities, volunteers, meals, that were delivered, and people continued to be able to be served and ate for those times when the kitchen was shut down. Now, we can't do that
No.
just with our team when there literally was no refrigeration. And so it was amazing to see the community really come together and do that. So we are grateful, doing lots of thank yous, but so grateful to see the team rally.
And something else that our community is rallying and talking about, and that is you being Tacoma Rescue Mission just recently opened, drum roll, Mission Thrift, which is the new thrift store. So tell us about it. Where is it located, and how do we donate?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know our executive director, Duke, and his team have had this on their vision board for a number of years, for the last 3 years. COVID happened, lots of things changed, going on pause. But yeah, as of July 9th was our first day of opening the store, which, as you would know, many people, lots of hours before that, but we were so excited to open. We had our grand opening a couple weeks ago. And yeah, it's on 2502 6th Avenue in the 6th Avenue Business District, a historic building that was an old Sunset Theater, which I have pictures from the 1920s of when it first got started. But yeah, we're super excited to be there, have a great team that is operating the store. We're receiving donations there at the location. We've also got our donation center on 504 South 30th Street in Tacoma at the Holy Rosary School. So we continue to receive donations there. And yeah, we're super excited to finally have a store for customers to be able to find great deals, but also supporting the Tacoma Rescue Mission.
Absolutely. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
And boy, talk about perfect timing in a perfect location. So as I was saying, I feel like fall is in the air. I think part of me is looking for that first school bus that's going to roll around here in the next couple of weeks. Are you looking for supplies from your guests going to school? Or what are you specifically looking for right now for us to donate or go out and buy brand new?
Yeah, school supplies is always a big need every time fall comes around. And we have family campuses where children and youth live with their families. And that's our priority during this back to school season. So backpacks, pens, pencils, paper, folders, binders, all of those things that you would think of for your own children are in need. The first priority goes to the family shelters.
Good.
But then when there's excess from that, then that will be supplies that we're also going to use in the store for people that would come in and shop in order to be able to, one, get their supplies, but also generate revenue for the rescue mission. So yeah, it's that time already.
It is that time. So are you looking for volunteers as we think about going back to school and adjusting our schedules?
Yeah, I mean, we rely on thousands of volunteers every year. And so there's so many opportunities to be able to volunteer from, hey, I have an hour to spend in the kitchen, or I can pull weeds, or I can do whatever. We now have the thrift store and the donation center. We have so many ways to mentor and come alongside our neighbors that are in need. There's all levels. If you're brave, you want to go out on search and rescue or our outreach teams to connect with people around our community, then there's opportunities to be able to do that. So we rely heavily on volunteers throughout the year. A lot of times in the holiday meals, people remember, I should go serve, but really throughout the year, we have a need for volunteers every day.
Absolutely. So speaking of those volunteers, I know that of those 3 phases, there's magic that happens when you have been getting to know someone who has been unhoused. Then they get into the shelter, and then they get into transitional housing, and then they get into actually working and volunteering. Tell us how it feels to have that situation where somebody comes in, but they know so much about the system because of their life experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's been one of my favorite things to learn over the last few months of being a part of the rescue mission is watching those who have been in or are currently in our addiction recovery program called the New Life program. And they spend a number of hours per day serving in different aspects of the rescue mission, and listening to them, learning their stories, and watching them grow has been phenomenal. I love to be able to hear their commitment to long-term change, watching their skills, watching their hard work. 3 of our staff that are now a part of Mission Thrift have our graduates from our New Life program, which has been so fun to get to know them personally, but then also to entrust them with one of our retail manager is a graduate from 2017,
Wow.
and she's phenomenal. And I don't have to convince her that, hey, the rescue mission can make a difference. She's like, that's been my life, and I experienced that. And so I love having them as a part of our team. They are
Built-in
friends,
gratitude.
and they understand the passion behind what we get to do.
Thank you for being here today,
Yeah.
for bringing us such good news. And I want to have you back on the couch with some of those people who work in that thrift store.
Would
Deal?
love that. Would
All
love
right.
that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really great things to think about in this last hour. So go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.